Alright guys, yeah. So today we're gonna be giving grades to the Ball Brothers teams. Yes, my content is mainly based on the Ball Brothers if you're talking about basketball. I'm not here gonna be comparing their skill set, I'm gonna be comparing their teams. And because I'm an older brother myself, I'm gonna start with the older brother. That's it. I don't give a fuck about what you say. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? But before we get to the cream of the crop, let me describe something. Let me give a brief disclaimer. Okay, first off, this is gonna be based on how they play on both sides of the ball, and based on their teams. Some of these players I don't know how they are as players. Some of them I don't understand their skill set yet because I haven't watched much of them. So my grade may be biased, but that's your own. It's my honest opinion. Okay, so now we're on the top of the skill set. You see the problem with many people that don't understand. You see, all the Ball brothers, their jersey number determines the option they're in. If you watch Chino Hills when the Ball brothers were on the same team, where you have Lonzo, LaMelo, Cello, you can guess. To me, who's the number one scoring option? LaMelo. It's not until LaMelo starts to be on his own, where he has to be the main playmaker, that he had to be more of a point guard. When he was with Lonzo the whole time, with Lonzo and Jello, he was the main scorer. He was the main scoring option. So, Zoe is either the number 2 or number 3 option. Lonzo can work with any other option, but if he's the main scoring option, you messed up. Don't make him your main scoring option. You messed up, cuz. That's a bad idea. Making Lonzo your main scoring option is a bad idea because what that opens up is that you're messing up your own team. That's a big disclaimer. Melo, on the other hand, is an inside-out scorer. That's why you see him scoring inside the paint, going outside. He's an inside-out scorer. Zoe is just a two-way shot rate, playmaking shot rate. Best comparison: Jason Kidd and you know who his name is, John Stockton. Melo, best comparison is Jamal Crawford, and I don't want to hear nobody talk shit. That's the reason why I'm comparing him to Jamal Crawford, is because Jamal Crawford is also an inside-out scorer. And then the next person I can compare him to, this one is more of 3 players. You have Jamal Crawford, you have Jason Kidd, because he can run fast. Then you have Jason Williams. Damn, there's even one more. Yeah, that's it. Jason Kidd, Jamal Crawford, and you have the last guy. Now, how am I going to begin this? So we're going to start with the big brother because I'm a big brother myself, and I know how that shit works. Now, hear me out. We're going to start with Big ZO2. Background on ZO2. ZO2 has always been a number 2 option in his whole career. College-wise, he has been a number 2 option, but the main facilitator. But I feel like every team that uses him does not understand the significance of the jersey number. He's a number 2 option, but he can work with a being number 3 option. If you put him aside from those 2 options, if you don't put him as a number 3 or number 2 option, you messed up. Because with Zion, BI, and Zoe, I say make Zoe the number 3 option. But don't make him number 3 option to be shooting threes all the time. Why not do this? Zion be the main option when it comes to cutting to the basket, getting in there. Brandon Ingram be the second scoring option, and then he can alternate with Zoe at times. Zoe can be the number 2 scoring option, number 3. It doesn't matter. But in the top 3 options, those should be your main scoring options if you're the Pelicans. Now, Van Gundy fucks up. I'm gonna give him his grade later and tell you why. Now let's move on to the next guy. Number 1. I gotta start with the franchise centerpiece, the franchise superstar of the team that's been an all-star today, Big Zion Williamson. How am I gonna say this? Offensive grade. This man's a beast. Why do you think? What else can I give him? Like, like this man's a beast on the offensive end. A+ offense. Well, is there's still things that still needs to work on the offensive end, but I don't see much. All he just needs to do is just space the floor more and be more of a shooter, like he was in the previous season in his first game of the NBA. Apart from that, I don't see much to work on. Uh, Defense. Oh God, B-. You'd be like, what is his final grade? Actually, in all of this team, Zion is the one with the highest grade in this team. Sadly, Zion is the one with the highest grade. Hear me out. Zion is the one with the highest grade because he's the best player on the team. And I don't want to hear nothing. Their team is useless without him. So Zion gets the number one grade. And the number one grade is he gets an A- because his offense and defensive grade comprehend. So he gets an A-. The second person, part of the big three on this team, is Brandon Ingram. Obviously, offensive grade. Like, come on. What else should I say about this guy? He's a threat on the offense. He can shoot the three. He can create shots. There's nothing wrong with him on the offensive end. Offensive grade, an A. Yes, there's still things to work on, but, I don't see much weaknesses in this game. But I can't give everybody A+. Come on, man. Like, he's just not. He needs to add more muscle. That's my thing. Add more muscle. Then I can really be on your neck. So yeah, defensive grade wise, he gets the same defensive grade as Zion. He gets the same defensive grade as Zion, man. Like, you can't be like, what do you expect me to say? That he's bad? Grade, his grade is the same as Zion. So he gets an A- too. Now we're gonna get to Big Brother Zoe, ZO2, also known as Apollo Zoe, but we're not gonna care about that. ZO2, the number 2 option of all time in the Ball Brothers. I'm actually gonna say Zoe on the offensive end. Let's see. How am I gonna say this? His offensive grade is so bad that I don't even know where to start. Okay, so let me see. Zoe has to improve a lot. The most important thing is you gotta be more of a crafty inside out scorer. All that bullshit of staying in the 3-point line, trying to shoot too many threes. Yes, he has a crazy step back game. If he can hone that, perfect. So I give him a C on the offensive end. And I don't want to hear nobody complain. I give Lonzo a C. Lonzo gets a C because he has a lot of things to work on than his younger brother on the offensive end. Like, if he can learn from like Zion, you see a lot of improvement. Because all that, let me just not drive. So yes, Lonzo gets a C. It's not the end of the world. This is just the mid-season grade. The final season grade will come out. I'll be doing this every season with when the Ball Brothers in the NBA. So to kickstart the defensive grade, Lonzo is the one that have the highest defensive grade on this team. And the reason is because his perimeter defense is actually pretty good. Lonzo do get caught lacking on the defensive end, but defense is normal. So his defensive grade, I give him an A+. Why? The reason why I give him an A+ on the defensive end, and this is only the Ball Brothers and the teams. I'm not comparing him to the rest of the NBA. I'm comparing him between the two Ball Brothers, okay? The defensive grade, okay, because the reason why I'm comparing the Ball Brothers and supporting cast is because I just want you to get a big sense of how terrible they are. Because the coaches, I'll do a different part. So let's get to them. cream of the crop. Okay, Zoe gets a A plus defensive grade because I said it A plus. Okay, an A plus defensive grade because his defensive grade is he's just a good defender. Like this man ranks #1 in defense in the difficulty of defensive assignments. Think about it. He has the hardest job. He has to cover for everybody on the team. Come on, you gotta give the man his credit. Like how many players in the NBA that you see having to make up for everybody else's mistakes? Think about it. How many? Exactly. So he's the main guy. He has to be the main perimeter defender. So I gotta give him an A plus when you're ranking him between his own younger brothers' teams. So now we move on to from Lonzo. We move on from the big three. Now let's check the supporting cast. First, we're gonna start with the sharpshooter of the team, JJ Reddick. Offensively, he's getting a B plus. He's a pretty good shooter. There's still things that still needs to get worked on, but you know, JJ Reddick is just JJ Reddick. Like he's a shooter and that's it. He's not a terrible player, but you know, be more aggressive, man. Like that's it. Like JJ is pretty good. Even you can even give him a grade because that's just my perspective grade of him. Now defensively, he gets a C, man. Like, come on, defense, JJ defense. Come on, cuz defense. You talking about defense? Defense? Nah, fam. Yeah. So JJ Reddick overall grade. He gets a B minus. It's not because he's terrible or he's trash. It's just my own opinion of him. Even let me even review the offensive grade again. Yeah, I'm giving him an A minus. So yeah, just now that I think about it, I'm actually giving him an A minus because this man is a great shooter. A lot of people give him that. So his overall grade still stays the same. So yeah, his overall grade still stays the same. But the next guy, where should I see? So I'm gonna start with the guys that are not that impactful. So I'm gonna start with Nicole Mallet. There's no need to even do an offense defensive grade because both grades are the same. So I might as well just go off the overall grade and give him a C. Like, come on, Melly, this man get cooked on defense. The only thing he's known for is his offense. So I haven't seen much from him. So I'm giving him a C until I see more than just shooting threes and just doing that and improve on defense. That's all I'm gonna give you the cut. Next guy, Jackson Hayes. Now Jackson Hayes is pretty athletic. He can do it where you need a center. He can run the floor. He's just a skinny version of Zion, except for just cut to the basket, catch lobs, and that's it. So overall great because the reason why I'm only gonna give the key players offense and defensive grade. So this is the thing: key players get over offense and defensive grade because the supporting cast get overall grades. This is how I do it. Let me recap because I move on to the next one because I've already given Melly a C, and Jackson Hayes is gonna get a B plus because it's just Jackson Hayes. Defensively, you already know. The supporting cast is gonna get overall grades. Some supporting cast are gonna get the offensive and defensive grade because I've seen more from them. Jackson Hayes, not that much, you know. He barely gets that. Kiera Lewis Jr., which is the next guy. This one I've seen more from. I've seen enough. Not that because with limited minutes. But seeing him and Lonzo play together, I feel like him, Lonzo, B.I., Zion, and the guy I'm going to talk about next is actually just the best roster the Pelicans have. Like, let me keep it real. So, Kiara Lewis Jr. should be playing shooting guard. Hear me out. Kiara Lewis Jr. can play defense, can create for himself and others, which is what Lonzo needs to succeed. He needs someone that can create for himself and others. This is according to Six Man, not me. Just go to his channel, just type Six Man on YouTube, and you find him. Just search Lonzo to Golden State Warriors trade by Six Man, and you find it. Because he literally used Draft Express about Lonzo Ball to explain what Lonzo is successful. So this data about Lonzo, I'm just using his idea and rephrasing it. So Kiera Lewis Jr. is the perfect complement to Lonzo because when I see him and Lonzo play, it was a beast. Lonzo getting past to him scoring. Kiera Lewis offensively, you already know, A-. Come on. He's not the best, but you know, he's a pretty good kid. Defense is pretty tough. Like just like Zion, I'm gonna give him defensive grade of a B plus because he's a pretty good kid. And I feel like if he and Lonzo plays together, you would see that defensive ability. So, what's my overall grade for him? Along with Brandon Ingram and all these guys, I give him an A- as well because he's just a pretty good player. So he deserves an A-. He deserves it. Now, we're gonna move on to the next guy, the guy that I really want to talk about that feels like a fit to the team. How am I gonna say this? Billy Hernangomez. Yes, you heard me right. Billy Hernangomez. I haven't even talked about Steven Adams. Billy Hernangomez, because Billy Hernangomez is actually rebound that. So overall grade, there's no need to give him a super grade. Overall grade is there. So overall grade for this kid is simple. I just gotta give him a B. I haven't seen much from him, but based on what I've seen, to rebound to the bare minimum, something smart. Like the only problem with him is just that can't close games. So just a B. Until I see more from him, I might improve his grade. Now, the next victim, Steven Butterfingers Adams. Lord of mercy. Catch the ball. God damn it, man. For that reason, I'm giving him an offensive grade of a B-. You gotta catch the damn ball. Jeez. Everything else he can do. Rebound, catch, yeah. Offensive grade B-. Come on, cuz. B-, you can't do that. Now, defensive grade, same thing. You can block shots, can't do that, but God damn it, man, catch the damn ball. So just overall grade B-. Moving on. So where are we now? Oh yeah, Josh Hart. Defensive grade B+. Offensive grade B+. Josh Hart is pretty good. Pretty good. Yep. So, where was I? Yes, I was on Josh Hart. His defensive grade, his offensive grade is just the same. So, moving on, because Josh Hart, like I said, based on what I've seen, he's a pretty good offensive player. He can give you what you need. He can give you buckets enough. So, moving on. Yes, sir. Oh, I forgot one. The final one, the last but not the least. I was on JJ Reddick. Yes, JJ Reddick. I call him JJ Credit because that boy sometimes you know the reason why I call him JJ Credit because of some reason. Offensively, he can give you buckets, so there's no real need to really call him that. You can rewind back in the video if I really give JJ Reddick a grade, but JJ Credit gets, well, Like an A for an offensive grade. Like you expect me to be mad about him? So JJ Credit, defensively, the reason I call him JJ Credit is because he's mostly off on D. Lonzo has to help his sorry ass on defense, bro. So JJ Credit gets a C on defense. So overall grade B. Now, moving on. The next ball brother, the youngest of the bunch, the one who's the prospective rookie of the year, MB2, who we all know as MB1, but you know, the NBA sorry as fucking Charlotte, stingy as fuck. They cannot switch jerseys and give Malik Monk number 2 jersey, but we're not gonna be mad. So we're gonna start with MB2. But like I said, the rule is to focus on the franchise players. So in this one, I will start with Airbnb, then I'll move on to the next guys, and so on and so on. So the supporting cast, don't be mad if I give some of these players grades. For instance, let's start with MB1, aka actually MB2, LaMelo Mellow Ball. Yes, I don't care what the media says. Trying to switch things up. It's mellow to me, so it's gonna be mellow. So let's start with mellow. Okay, mellow gets an A minus. Actually, what did I say? Okay, mellow gets an A for offense. He's pretty good on offense, inside out scorer. Basically, what you need in a player of a modern day NBA caliber. So perfect player you need for a team that you can build around. And also, fun fact, the Ball brothers, whenever they're on the same team, they've never lost a single playoff game. Never. In history. Like, these guys won a high school championship together. They've never. And even with Lonzo, this is the thing. Whenever the Ball brothers are used right, let me make this disclaimer too. Whenever the Ball brothers are used right, your team is going to have a higher win percentage. Look at Chino Hills. They went undefeated with the Ball brothers just by using the Ball brothers right, in which Lonzo was the second scoring option, Melo was the main scoring option, but Lonzo was the main facilitator. Undefeated, won a high school championship, none of that. Look at with Drew League. Lonzo was the main, LaMelo was the main option, did his job, lost in the Drew League finals. Look at Spire, LaMelo, main option, lost in the high school championships. So there's no real difference on what player is going to be what. The difference is how you want to coach the player. Okay? Lonzo, on the other hand, look at UCLA. He turned UCLA around just by UCLA using him right. That's just to tell you, because it's a hint for someone like Van Gundy, where I will actually be evaluating last. So we're going to start with Airbnb and the new guys that are going to join the squad of Airbnb. Those are my main guys. So I'm going to start with the key guys. So you know who I'm going to start with. Player number 1, Melo. I already gave him A, and a defensive grade for him, B minus. Now you can't say, well, why you hate Melo so much? What do you mean? I'm not a Melo Ball dick rider. Yes, we're gonna rep Numedia and speak facts, and I'm gonna say my honest opinion and beat my chest and say to it. Melo gets a B minus defensive grade. This boy gets caught lacking. This man be spamming the square button like you're pressing 2K. This man be spamming the square button. Stop spamming the square button, boy. Plus, on offense, I feel like he just needs to improve his shot selection. That's why I give him an A grade, not an A plus. Because shot selection is just, come on, man. Be smart with your shots, boy. Be smart. So, Airbnb with Miles Bridges. So, hold on. So, second guy to talk about, Miles Bridges. Now, Miles, pretty good. Offense, not that bad, but you know. Miles Bridges is a very good player. Not that bad. Offensively, there's not much to critique him on. He just needs to be more consistent with his shots, and that's it. So offense, he gets a B. Defense, he gets a B. He's not bad on defense, but there's still things he needs to work on. So overall grade, you already know, B. Next, moving on. Yes, sir. We're gonna talk about Big Vernon Carey Jr. because he's just gonna come back from the G League. Yes, sir. Big Vern gets. You see, based on what I've seen from Big Vern, because I've seen him play 3 games in the NBA, so based on my analysis of him, Big Vern is a pretty solid player. So, but he does get kind of caught lacking on defense. So, defense C, offense B, B minus to the fact. Overall grade C, because I still need to see more from him. I need him to get more minutes before I can actually see what he can do. So that's why I give him this, because he hasn't played that much minutes. So with the next guy, Nick Richards. Nick Richards, great defender. He can be an on-ball and off and post defender. He's a beast on defense. So defensive grade, you already know, B plus. Like, come on, like, don't slouch. This man's a beast on defense. Offense is an issue. So you expect me to give him an overall high offensive grade? Nope. C plus. Overall grade B minus. Moving on. Grant Ain't No Riller. Yes, Grant Ain't No Riller is back. Grant Ain't No Riller is back from the G League. Jordan just be like, hello, is the G League over? Yup. Yeah, we need all 4 of them back. Yup. So, Grant Ain't No Riller is back. Okay? So, Grant Ain't No Riller, I'm giving him a C. Until I can see more minutes from him, until I can see him play with Melo and see what he can do. That's your grade, bro. Next, yes, Tay-Bay, a.k.a. Monte Ellis Jr. Yes, Tay-Bay, a.k.a. Monte Ellis Jr. Offense, obviously, B. Defense, D+, trash. You're getting cooked on defense. You suck. I don't know where to start. You're good at getting steals, but you suck. So, overall grade, C+. Okay, let me analyze that here. Made a mistake. C. C overall grade. Yes. Next person. Yeah. We've done with Miles Bridges and the rest of them. So, let's go to the centers. Cody Butterfinger Zealot. Offense. How am I gonna see it? Offense is a B minus. He can score, but God, dude, catch the damn ball and rebound. I don't care if you average 7.6 rebound. I need to see more rebounds. How are you a center? You can't catch the damn ball. God damn it. 7.6 rebounds? Nah. B minus offense. Defensively, this man is a buns. C minus defense. Overall grade, B minus. Now, you're gonna wonder who's the next guy. Bisamak Biyombo. You know my answer for that one. Bisamak gets a grade on defense for B+. It's pretty good. Offense, he's not fast, so offense C+. So overall grade B minus. I know. Need to see more from him, but I think he can improve, But you just need to really just. He's pretty good on defense, so overall grade is a B minus. That's pretty fair. I don't know. Anybody else can regrade him. Who's next? Let me see. Because the last ones, you won't believe who's the best defender. perimeter-wise on the team. I'm gonna do the twins together, so you need to really pay attention more closely. So, the next guys that I'm gonna focus on, obviously, is the team leader, the guy that's supposed to lead the damn team. The main reason why he was signed is to be the team leader, Gordon Hayward. Yes, aka Hayward whenever he's trash on defense. But you know what? Scratch that. Gordon Hayward, yes. I'ma call him Gordon Hayward because this man's he's just there riding the bag. He doesn't care about the team, because if you care about the team, you be screaming at the boys and telling them what to do. And LaMelo should not be setting screens. You should be the team leader, telling them what to do, telling them what makes sense. Being a bad leader even and everything. I'm giving Gordon Hayward a grade of a B+. Offense. Defense, C-, obviously, you trash. Overall grade, B-. It's not because it's bad, but defensively, this man just not out. He gets cooked on defense, man. Like, you watch him play, he gets cooked on defense. Why do you think they just allow shots inside the paint? 2-3 zone, 3-2 zone sometimes. The auto zone gotta go. Now, okay. Oh, PJ. Oh yeah, PJ Washington. Where should I begin? Offense, B-. Defense, I don't know where to say. Defense is a C. Overall grade, C+. There's nothing much to say. Like, he just needs to be more good on defense, and you need to be more consistent. That's it. Now, yes, the G League twins. One of them is pretty useful. So let's gonna start with the first one. You see, actually, both of them, let me rank them together because I don't actually understand either one. So both of them together, the grades offensively is a C-, trash. They're doo-doo. They need help. They're so inconsistent as F. Offense. Now, offense is where I separate all of them. Actually, I said offense. Defense is where I can separate all of them. One is a better defender, so one of them is gonna get, you guys can figure out which one. One gets a B+ on defense, while the other gets a B- on defense. So you guys figure out which twin is that one. And now let's jump to the coaches, because I skipped the coaches. Coach numero uno. Since we're gonna start with the Big Brother team, let's start. Coach 1, Stuck Up Van Gundy, aka Stan Van Gundy. Where should I begin? Van Gundy. Let me tell you something. The New Orleans Pelicans is not the Miami Heat. Okay? They're not the Miami Heat. They're not the Miami Heat. You know why? This is why I feel like Lonzo to Miami shouldn't. Please do not. Lonzo is a terrible fit for Miami. You got James Borrego 2.0 in Miami in Eric Spoelstra. We do not want him. I learned that when watching sport. You know how I find it funny? They showed a picture where Stan Van Gundy was coaching Miami and Eric Spoelstra was the assistant coach. So tell me, if Borrego is doing what he's doing to LaMelo, what do you think that Spoelstra would do to Lonzo? So please don't bring Lonzo to Miami. Yes, I would love Lonzo to Miami for Kendrick Nunn, but after looking at it, nope. This man brought the Miami Heat offense to New Orleans, and he ruined Lonzo Zion on defense. So don't get me started. So Miami, that Miami Heat offense is not going to work. So for that, offense, let me see. Van Gundy gets a D on offense. Boo boo. Defense C plus. Overall grade C minus. Yeah, it's bad. Lonzo has to be doing the heavy lifting. I'm not gonna be surprised if Lonzo gets injured this season because of the way he's carrying on defense. So that's a disclaimer. Next victim. Please pay attention. James Les Wins Lame Headass Borrego. Yes, I call him Les Wins Borrego because he's trash and he's a trash coach. If you look at his overall percentage, come on, man. This man is only having a better tenure at Charlotte, and they haven't made the playoffs in 2016. Think about that. Since 2016. But y'all think they made the playoffs, huh? When his first season. The media straight capping at you. Anyways, James Borrego. Because of, I'm going to give him his 2K rating. I don't know Van Gundy's 2K rating, so I have to give him offense, C minus. Trash. You doo-doo. Defense, D plus. Is that bad? This is my grade. Actually, it's not even 2K. This is my rating. Overall grade, D minus. You are so trash that even 2K gave you the same exact overall grade. You're that bad. You are boo-boo. That auto zone defense, that 2-3 zone, 3-2 zone bullshit, that autopilot defense gotta go. That autopilot defense gots to go. Okay? That autopilot defense, baby, gotta go, bro. It's gotta go, brother. Like, come on, cuz. Like, why are you playing that autopilot defense? The 2-3 autopilot defense. We don't want that. Man-to-man defense, it works. LaMelo fits in any defensive system. Lonzo, you need to create a specific play for him. Just like Steve Nash. For Steve Nash to thrive, Mike D'Antoni had to create a 7 seconds or less. I was even watching my boy DanteVsar. Go show him some love. Because he was rebuilding Pelicans. Do you know that the best Lonzo would actually flourish in the Mike D'Antoni 7 seconds or less offense? I never knew. Lonzo would actually flourish in the Mike D'Antoni 7 seconds or less offense. But freaking Van Gundy can't do it. Lonzo will flourish in the 7 seconds or less offense. But nope. You want to run that small ball positionless bullshit. Carry it out. Same with Borrego. Carry that bullshit out. Delete that. Delete that off your system. And yes, Borrego, the Hornets are not the San Antonio Spurs. Rule number 1 for coaches. If you're an NBA coach, rule number 1. Know your team. Know their tendencies. Spend a few times to understand who they are and run plays specifically for them. If you have a franchise superstar, run majority of your plays through him. If you have a franchise player, if you have a lottery pick, you run majority of your plays through them. I don't care if the player is trash. If you have a franchise player, run your majority of your plays through him. Which means the Pelicans run majority of your plays through Zion, any play. And stop running post plays for Zion. It doesn't work. Yes, he would get his buckets regardless, but get him 3-point plays. Mix it up. 90 to 97% of Zion's plays is a post play. I rarely see Zion shoot a 3. It's rare. Like, every time Zion shoot a 3 now, it's worth a standing ovation. Because it's that bad. Lonzo, on the other hand, if he makes a 3, like, you have to just clap that he made a 3. That's because Lonzo's not a 3-point. You need to make him a primary facilitator. LaMelo, on the other hand, you need to trust him. You got to give him the keys, trust him with the keys, and let him do his thing. So please, again, stop the bullshit. Okay? Both coaches, you're trash. Trash AF. Okay?